I think anybody that has been watching our videos must have heard me say this. I'll say it for the 1000th time. I cannot call you the best player in the world if you show me like a player that has won the world best player that did not perform for both club and country.
So the internationals are here, and so far so good. We've seen some very interesting results. Without Nigeria kicking a ball, we qualified for AFCON. Ghana got, a big boost after Niger thrashed. That's what killed my ticket, by the way. I should win or draw. I saw 3-0 first half. I was like, what's going on? But the most important news is that a player who many have been calling best player in the world once again didn't deliver for his country. And I wonder, how can you be the best player in the world and every single time?
Stop doing like you're not listening.
It's true now.
She's doing like she's not listening.
And we talk about this every time.
Please.
I think Vinicius is a fantastic player. I think he's excellent. On his day, he's unplayable. And I love the fact that he's very brave. He will go again and again, no matter how much, the other team is thwarting him. And even that is rainbow flick that's always trying, that doesn't work. He keeps doing it. He keeps trying,
He tries.
But what is going on with Vinicius? We're going to need her to explain first, but eventually. But
I think anybody that has been watching our videos must have heard me say this. I'll say it for the 1000th time. I cannot call you the best player in the world if you show me like a player that has won the world best player that did not perform for both club and country. It's okay if maybe your performance for club level is 90 and at country level maybe 70.
60 or 70,
It drops a bit, fair enough. You can't expect you to perform the same way. But you cannot be performing at 90 for club and at country level, you are no more than 30. That's not the best player in the world.
And the funny thing is that when he got injured and didn't play the last nationals, they won both games. And that's what has saved their World Cup.
For Rafinha to be dominating you on the national stage.
It's sad. So we'll move over to the Real Madrid fan, the Vinicius defender.
This time at least the wind did not.
Cannot complain about
the wind.
Altitude, whatever.
The altitude was cool. The atmosphere was calm.
They drew 1-1 and he had a poor game. Please explain to us. Should I give you my mic to join?
Mention a top player that has not missed a penalty.
Kind of.
What kind of
argument is that?
Mention a top player that has not missed.
Vinicius has not been performing for Brazil.
No, that's it. But
and then once again,
mention a top player that has not scored up to 10 goals for his country. Chebi, we are doing mention. Let's go.
7. We are 6. 6 goals for his country.
Nice, but still, I would.
You know how many goals Ferran Torres has for Spain?
You know how many goals Simon has scored for Nigeria? Osimhen, you know how many goals Osimhen got to yesterday?
Osimhen has 23 goals now for this spike.
So do we agree that Osimhen is clear of Vini?
Of clear of Vini.
Yes, after he does it for his country and his club.
Exactly, he has performed at top and country level.
You see that place wants to drag me.
He has even won best player on his continent.
Exactly.
He has won best player on his continent.
So let's be. I understand that Vini struggles with his national team. We've always said it. And one thing I think for Vini he needs to learn currently is I think he has to learn how to control his temperament.
Agreed.
Because it comes into his game and
it fires him up at club level.
Even
and
at
does the
club
opposite
level,
at national level.
Sometimes it's
but
of the club.
it doesn't hold him back from performing.
No, why it's more evident in the Brazilian team is that he struggles. So under that struggle, he trying to prove something and it's not working.
But why is he struggling?
I don't know why even he's struggling with this.
Is it the weight of the shirt? Because we all know that if it was Neymar
carried the weight very well.
Say there's no reason why we should be
Rodrigo plays well.
Neymar and Vini in the same conversation.
Okay, you agree that Neymar is miles ahead.
No, I've always had that discussion.
That's fine.
I must be drunk to say
that's
fine.
Do you believe that
Diego Lopez is better?
Some fans actually she's saying I must be drunk, but some fans out there genuinely believe they were ready to say that once Vinicius wins that Ballon d'Or,
now why
he's already better. They were ready to say.
We always know how trophies always stand out for a player.
Yeah.
That's one thing we see. So, but I would never compare Vinicius and
okay, fair enough. So okay.
Well, that penalty, he had no reason because I think first it was very weak.
Played down the middle.
Yeah.
It was.
I think even now they rebound again.
And
the rebound I think he hit the woodwork before he went up. But that was really let's say, sloppy for Vini because the team needed that goal. It would have even spurred them to do better because you could see that when Rafinha scored, you could see how the morale was for them, and then you could see the equalizer from Venezuela. Vini had no reason to miss that penalty. First off, playing into the direction of the goalkeeper, that was very sloppy. It felt like he was taking it for granted because these are penalties that would even add to your goal tally. This would have even changed it for him.
Like easy way to farm.
You win the penalty, you score it, because now people still keep questioning. Were you even really supposed to be the winner of the Ballon d'Or? Because with all of these things that comes in, it's not showing quite well. Yes, we know for Madrid we're still struggling. Forget the 4-0 we had against Osasuna. We have to meet a bigger team before you can say Madrid is now at the best of it. So I think he will struggle. He'll keep struggling until maybe one miraculous moment happens. Because you look at this Brazilian side, it feels with that Neymar, it's so difficult for them to go further. Even that the goal that would equalize that too, Ederson would have sort of helped with that ball, but he deflected and there was nothing he could do.
I want to give you a stat.
I know the one you want to give to me.
What stats?
Three big chances missed by
No, that's not the stat I want to give you. This one will shock you.
Me, it won't shock me, sure.
Okay. Do you know that in World Cup qualifying, this current World Cup qualifying series, that Neymar has more goals than Vini?
It's not shocking.
No, Neymar has not played football in a year.
Oh. But still has more
He has more than... Actually, Vini has 0 goals. In this World Cup qualifiers for Brazil. 0. Everybody has scored.
He scored in Copa
When you see, you know the thing now.
Martinelli has a goal.
To answer your question, you said, "Oh, which great player has not missed penalty?" But you see, when your country needs you the most,
that's when great players are expected
to, take the moment and
you get grace if you've been doing it and the one time you now miss.
Yeah, exactly.
But
if Ronaldo or Messi should miss penalty, they are forgiven. They've done it several times.
So...
Even if you drag them, we know we are just dragging.
Yeah, we know we are just doing it for banter.
But when you've not done anything for your country and then you get that kind of opportunity and you still can't score a goal in World Cup qualifying.
No, they say that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Fair enough. Let's talk about something that caused some controversy, and it has to do with England. Of course, we know that in the build-up to their game, like 8 players, it became 9, right? Yeah, 9 players, including the likes of Saka, Foden. Lots of them said, they had to pull out, blah, 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 blah. And Kane came out. Kane, who is the captain, came out to say, England comes first, he's not happy, this is unacceptable, blah, 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 blah. And it has sort of sparked opinion that, as a player, which one would you actually give more importance, your country or your club? Note that, football is a business at the end of it. It's a career path. These guys have to make their money, and your country would not necessarily pay you. They don't pay you to play for your country.
They are giving bonus.
They pay them
to charity.
Most of all your risk and everything is covered by the club.
Yeah.
So tell me, is Harry Kane justified by saying something like that?
Firstly, I think it's justified. First, he's the captain, and we know what this kind of changes could do to a manager, and he has to speak up because we know how. First off, they're not playing it because they are going out of the slums.
Yeah.
You understand? They are playing it because it's an honor. We look at different generations, how many players can even don the shirt of the 3 Lions of England. It's very rare. A lot of people will play for club side.
Yeah.
But for your national team, you need to be good, you need to be something extra.
You need to be lucky too sometimes.
Yes, because if not for the you could see due to those withdrawals, you could see some players get their first.
Yeah, Rogers with Villa,
so
lots of that.
These are things that could just happen. But I've understood for Harry Kane, the drop was so much. It showed that they did not prioritize England at that point. There was it was apart from the one that was injured like Grealish. It showed that, but others just showed that no, this time my club matters the most.
This is a consequence of the schedule that we have been talking about.
This is what I was actually going to say.
At some point, players will have to make choices like that.
If we are saying it's the schedule, I don't even think the European players have anything to really talk about.
Why not?
It's UEFA that has the highest number of competitions.
For me, I don't buy what Harry Kane is saying. I don't buy it one bit. And here's why. It's very simple. Now, if I was to be a player, I would weigh the competition. I would weigh how important that thing is. I don't think any player till now rates the Nations League.
Yeah, they don't.
I genuinely don't think
Until it's time to win the trophy.
I don't think any player rates the Nations League. And where is England, their position? They are safe.
They are safe now.
They are safe.
They needed to win that match.
They needed to win, but they are still safe. And I don't think if I'm playing for an Arsenal where we've been going close for the past 2 seasons. And I know that now again, my club, they need me. I will prioritize my club any day. I don't think there is any harm in that.
But
especially when I look at the fact that it is the Nations League, and if I pull out, I look at my country and I see that. I mean, if Ademola Lookman should have pulled out, will anybody be angry? There are lots of
Nigerians are always angry when players.
No, my point is that the fixture was not so important that you can pull out. If it's World Cup qualifying for England,
but remember, it's important. They lost to this
Nations League.
now.
It's the Nations League.
But they lost to them.
If England wins that Nations League, they'll be very happy.
Yeah.
If England wins that
It's Nations League.
That's the first thing I think for Thomas Tuchel's level. It's not even the World Cup. Because if he wins
Nations
that Nations League,
say
it's the first thing since 1966.
I don't think Harry Kane.
And
You know that this is what happened to Mikel with the national team, and why men still don't like him. Why Yakubu is still very hated outside of the missed chance. People already had an agenda against Yakubu because there was a time when he said, "You know what? I'm not coming to the national team for like next 2 years or something because I'm going to prioritize my club." Because every time he kept coming,
there were several reasons behind it.
Yeah, there were things that were happening, but everybody bore a grudge. Whenever a player says, even players that refuse to play for Nigeria. Nigerians are still very angry.
Yeah, but when you look at the guys that put out, these are guys that for their club they play almost every minute. Look at the Saka.
Yeah.
Look at the Saka.
I think the point is, for me, the point is because even Walker that just came back, that even played injured for Man City the other time, he still came and played. But I think that on the one hand, I don't think Harry Kane should have come out.
He should not come out to say that.
I think that's
you just threw your players under the bus.
Yes, I think as a captain, you're just supposed to say, you know what?
You can call them in private and say it, but just say that outside.
Publicly, you're not supposed to say that. But also, I think that the national team is like the holy grail, the ultimate thing for all players.
For any player
the national team career matters a lot, and it's even what helps you, even like for even transfers.
Yeah, you need that certificate.
The work permit issues, if you have played for your national team, it helps you, stuff like that. So players know that it's actually important. And of course, we saw someone like Mikel lose his Chelsea career because he went to play for Nigeria. And people respect that sacrifice sometimes and everything. I think it's not supposed to be this or that, but for something like this that happened, there should have been there's a way to communicate it, right? The coach himself is the one that will now come out and say, "Oh, I chose not to call up this player because I want him to recover." Just like what happened to Odegaard.
Yes.
Where everybody's like, okay, he needs to recover. But there's a way you frame it
and it's
that it's not look bad on the players. Like, oh, they're just pulling out because they don't care.
Yeah.
That's what I think should have happened.
That's where Harry Kane puts it out. These players just prioritize their club and they don't care for England.
And look at how Mbappe is getting attacked.
When the announcement came out, we knew that it was a matter of these players prioritizing their clubs. Because first of all, if let's say you don't want to come, the list was given out on time. You just tell
that's the problem.
You don't wait.
They had already announced.
You tell the manager on time. The list was there already. You didn't do that. You've already changed.
Okay, look at
and this is actually against
let me tell you why you can't really blame Bukayo Saka. He limped again in the Chelsea game. He got injured. I'm sure he could not have imagined that he too would get injured just before the international break.
Not just Saka. I'm looking about, okay,
but to be honest, teams they do that.
Players
do
when
it
they
just
like Havertz.
That Havertz
and they're always out for 2 weeks, which is the exact time it takes
to take them.
You're making others feel like
that one was clear.
You're making others feel like they're stupid.
But don't you think?
And when it's time for tournaments now, the people that were there,
Harry Kane needs to win a trophy.
Get called up.
He needs to even be with Bayern. He needs to find a way.
He's going to win a trophy. That one's sure.
Let him win. He's overdue now. He's overdue.
No, but I understand that maybe Kane coming out to say it.
Yeah, it was
sort
a
of got a
bad
little misunderstanding in the dressing room. But then we know that there's nothing. You can't be. What will you be as a player without your national team?
Yeah.
It
matters a lot.
That's what sells.
Anyway,
I mean, we're literally bashing Vinicius.
Anyway, let's wrap it up with the Super Eagles. Yeah, I don't think there's really much to talk about. 1-1 Benin Republic. Even before the game, Libya's win already qualified us.
So we didn't
Libya is
really
on
need
fire.
all the best to them. So, but I have a different standpoint compared. Are we saying that? So because we had qualified, everybody just switched off. I mean, these are the kind of games where you start part and beat your opponents well, so that they can see you as a monster team on the continent.
You know that it still comes back to this thing we're talking about schedules and everything.
Yeah.
We know that, for instance, Osimhen, it's always when it comes to play for Nigeria, he gets injured.
Yeah.
And we are the ones that will say, Osimhen today put body for ball. Even for matches we no really
still...
like Baba, calm down.
Yeah.
I think that's what the players are. Nobody wants to get injured.
I know.
You know, especially for a game that is not.
We look on that coach. I think it was more on their own side because they needed that victory.
Yeah,
because if they had won,
the motivation was more.
Nigeria and
Benin would
just qualified. And you could see that, and this is a team that they've beaten before. Let's not forget. So, and those players, they had that energy from start. When it died down was when Osimhen equalized. You could see that. You could see that frustration in their part, but we have to give kudos to that. Like they did quite well from start. First of all, it also exposed Kelechi Iheanacho. Iheanacho is not supposed to be a starter. You can bring him on as
not supposed to be on the bench.
Maybe 15 minutes.
I won't lie to you. His major role in that team is just because he's one of the oldest serving.
Yeah.
Because
even at club level,
has no reason to start him because you could see he has lost that pace with the ball. Like even our defense line, we have to be sure. I think we need to start finding what to do. Ekong is not the best. We really have to.
But we need his leadership at the back. That's
how I'm not saying only his leadership, but then we're talking about an AFCON that will be in December.
We need another CB.
We should start thinking about
one or
that.
two more CB.
They were talking about Tosin Adarabioyo.
I doubt if he will switch.
I think it was Iwobi talking about.
Yeah, it was Iwobi saying he would like him to play for Nigeria and all of that. But based on the fact that we're already qualified and all, do you think against Rwanda he should ring in as many changes, or do you still 100%. Think he should maintain?
No, he should make changes.
Okay.
I think we've said it for countless times for the goalkeeping position.
Yeah, and also condolences to Stanley Wabali.
And you know that we won't get many chances because friendlies are not as available anymore because of the whole Nations League and everything that's happening.
This is our last win.
So this is an opportunity to test some ideas. First of all, even to see how you can make Boniface work.
When we say we
which system
test,
works?
What are we even sure that Eguavon will still be there? Because why is this still interim now?
I think
if we're not ready, because next year is going to be the World Cup.
I personally think they are going to give him his job.
They're just doing
exactly.
From the body language of the NFF president, they're still looking for a foreigner.
Let's see how
they should come for me. I'm not from around here. I was born in...
Where? Chad.
I was born in Badagry. But anyway, it's been a wonderful... But what are your predictions for the Rwanda game as we close?
Rwanda
we're supposed to score there, though.
Rwanda beat us in our stadium. In our country. Rwanda.
Jokes.
They don't even have anything to play for again.
Jokes,
they don't
they still have a chance.
They don't have any chance.
No, they have a chance.
Okay.
They have a chance.
It's open.
They stood the second. They have 5. Libya have 4.
It's open. So
1-1 again.
1-1 again.
It's in Uyo now, Abi.
Yeah.
We don't lose it.
Are you going to be there?
So 1-1.
Are you going to be in Uyo for that match?
No, it's a dead rubber. It's a dead rubber again.
I don't need that, B.
I think we'll just make Uyo fans happy.
Well, I'm going to give you my own prediction. Nigeria to win 4-0. Man of the match, it will be.
Nadia, you fuck. Nadia, you don't spoil her. You're pretty sure don't spoil.
You might not even play, sir. But anyway.
It will be that was subbed off for Boniface.
Yeah,
Boniface will score hat trick. Sorry, that's what I wanted to say. Not it will be.
Has he even scored for Nigeria yet? Once.
He has scored once.
Boniface, I believe in you. Do it for us. But anyway, thank you so much. Stream Alex Iwobi's song so that Nigeria can win again. Thank you very much. Follow us on all social media platforms and let us know what you think about the international so far and what will be your lineup for the Rwanda game. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.